Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I'm coming to you with a bit of a health update. I saw the cardiologist this morning and the news was the news. It is what it is. It what was going to happen and I just have to deal with it. So I'm going to try and get through this without getting it too emotional. So basically, for those of you who might be new to my channel, I have what's called CHD, congenital heart disease. It means it's a heart condition that you are born with. 1 out of every 100 babies is born with CHD, in case you're curious. Some of us much more complex than others. I am one of those very complex cases. I was born essentially missing a valve, missing the tricuspid valve, in case you're curious. And I had surgeries as a baby, and I was tickety-boo, and I went through my young adult years, my teen years, my 20s. Stuff started to happen in my 20s. I started to deal with some arrhythmia issues into my 30s, and then everything kind of all fell apart in the last fall, when I got quite sick and ended up a couple times in emergency. I was in heart failure, I am in heart failure. And that was inevitable. That was going to happen. Excuse me, sorry. It's just a matter of when it was going to happen. It's just kind of when, like, my heart is not, and the valve was never replaced. So I never had valve replacement surgery. I've always functioned without that valve. And all the surgeries that they did were pretty much to reroute so that that valve wasn't needed, if you will. And, you know, like I said, it allowed me to live into my mid-40s. And now things are starting to fall apart because that's what happens. And I'm not laughing to make light of this. If you guys have watched my channel for any length of time, I'm generally a positive person, and that's how I'm going to get through this. So in October, I was told that I was in heart failure and that I was going to need a transplant. And they put me on a bunch of medication, and I was in a pretty dark place for a little while in the fall. And then I came out of it because I got better. I felt better. I felt a lot better, and they were pleased with my progress, and I was pleased with my progress. And everything was going tickety-boo throughout Christmas and the New Year and my birthday in March, and then stuff started to fall apart. And because of the medication that I'm on, it's now done damage to my kidneys, which is always the way these things tend to go, right? So now we're at like a precipice. We're at a crossroads, if you will, and something is going to have to be done, because if we wait too long, we're going to miss a window of opportunity to do this. So basically what I found out today is that I'm going to be transplanted soon. I don't know how soon. As it stands right now, my doctor, and I had the discussion that I will be stopping work. I've already called my work and let them know. They're going to get some things in place and let me know what they need from me. But I will be leaving my job at the end of the month. Not quitting my job, I'm taking a leave of absence. Just as if I was taking maternity leave or something like that. That's the way how I'm looking at it, right? Because she said, my doctor said that if I'm off of work, it's going to relieve the stress. And some of the stress, and that's going to help me a great deal and may actually help me feel even better, right? And it doesn't mean I'm going to be laying around in bed all day, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to be going into hospital. I will be at home, but I will not be working, but I will be at home. Like, I can go for walks, and I can go and do this, and I can enjoy my summer. And, she's hoping that maybe they won't have to bring me in until the fall, September, October is when I would have to actually come into hospital, and be admitted and officially go on the transplant list. Right now, there are 2 people in hospital on the transplant list, so I would be far down the list. So like she said, because I am doing well, but again, we don't want to miss that window of opportunity, that if we wait too long, now I can't have the transplant, which terrifies me. But on the other hand, she puts me on the list now, it's not going to make any difference. Do you know what I mean? It's this kind of, so anyway, I am on the unofficial list, if you will, I guess. So yeah, so basically, the other thing that she said is that she's being realistic. And there is a chance that I might not survive the surgery. And for that reason is why she also wants me to stop work. She wants me to enjoy this summer at home. Just in case. That, I think, scared me more than anything. It's the reality. I know it's the reality. And she did say to me, though, she wants me not to worry about that. She would worry about that for me. Sorry. So that's where we're at. So I'm going to be out of work and unemployed, gainfully unemployed, in about 3 weeks. Part of me is kind of like, it'll be nice not have to get up and go to the office. A part of me is like, this is the first job I've ever had, like in my entire career of working since I was in my late teens, that I actually love my job. Like, there are days, like, come on, let's be all real. Even if you love your job, there are days where you're like, dude, I just don't want to do this. But I actually truly love my job, and I'm so angry. I said this to my mom earlier. A lot of people, when they get sick, you go through stages, right? You know, you go through, oh, this isn't happening. You know, like, this isn't, no, they made a mistake. This isn't happening. It's like the stages of somebody dying, right? Like, you go through grief or you go through this. And I said, for the first time, I'm actually angry. In my head, I'm saying the why me. I've dealt with this my whole life, and I've been pretty okay. And now that I'm at a pretty good place, I love my job, I'm happy with most everything else, and now this has to happen. It's not fair. And I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me. That's not what I'm asking for. I'm just angry right now still. And I think I'm going to be angry for a little while. And I think that's okay. That's all part of being human. I can still be positive and still be angry. A part of me kept thinking as I was getting better, like in the new year, like, okay, maybe they did make a mistake. Maybe I won't need this. Maybe, you know, I can skirt through for the next 20 years. But that's not going to be the case. And you know what? I'm grateful that I live where I live, and that the hospital that I'm going to be going to is the #1 hospital in Canada. And I am going to be under the supervision of an amazing team who have my best interest at heart, pun intended. And I am going to get through this no problem. In a year, I'll be sitting here talking to you guys, healthier and happier. It's just getting there. Because I'm scared. I am really, really scared. I feel like I can be honest with you guys. This is the most terrifying thing I think I've ever had to go through. Every surgery is a risk. It doesn't matter what surgery you're having. It doesn't matter if you're getting your big toe operated on or you're having a brain surgery. Every surgery carries its risks. What scares me more than anything is not waking up afterwards. I said this back in October. If you watch my original video when I discussed that I was going into that I was in heart failure, that I was so scared about leaving my husband. And I still am, of course. But I'm scared about what I'm going to miss, if anything. You know, and I'm just going to try and be positive and enjoy, and I'm not going to dwell for the next 2 or 3 months until I have to go to, I'm not. I can't. I can't play that game. I can't focus on that. Does that make sense? So I jokingly said to Garrett, since I'm not going to be working, I can do booktube more. I can read more. I can post more videos. You guys are going to be so sick of me. I'll do like Steve Donahue and do like 3 videos a day. Just have somebody to talk to. But yeah, so that'll be, you know, at least it's one kind of positive thing I can think about in this whole thing. And like I said, even though I love my job, it's going to be kind of nice having a bit of time off. I mean, I've been working straight since I was like 16 years old. I was off for like 4 months during COVID, 3 or 4 months during COVID, but you know, I eventually went back to work. And my plan is, after all this is said and done, after the dust is settled, once I'm better, I'm going back to work, period, full stop. I do not plan on just sitting around. That's not who I am as a person. Garrett and I said it in the car when we were driving back from the hospital today. He's like, even if he had all the money in the world, you still want to work. You still want to feel productive. You still want to do something with your life. At least that's the kind of people that we are. And I mean, I know that's not everybody. And for medical reasons, a lot of people can't work, and I get it. And you know what? I'm going to take it while I need it. Like, you know, there are systems in place in Canada that are going to help me financially through this a bit, which is great. And I'm going to take that help, because if anybody needs it, I can use it. I've worked again since I was 17 years old. I think I can tap into the system a bit at this point and take a little bit of help and handouts, you know, and then when I'm all better, get back to work and enjoy however much time I have left. I mean, they say transplants, they only say it's like a 10 or 15 year lifespan after transplant. But I mean, that changes, like medical technology changes so fast. Like that number, that could change, that could absolutely change. And, you know, like, I'm not going to have a clock ticking in my head after surgery and being like, oh, you've only got 10 years or 15 years. I'm going to be like, nope, I'm going to live to be 92, you know, like, or 103 or whatever the case may be, and defy the odds. If anything, I am here to push the envelope. So yeah, so sorry guys, this got a little emotional. I did not expect that. Well, I kind of sort of did, but I didn't. But I deserve to, I feel like you guys have been on this journey with me, and all of you have been so supportive for everything, and I really, really, really appreciate it. Just your love and support has made a big difference. The amount of people that I've had who have told me that they've been thinking about me and praying for me, and you have no idea how much I appreciate that. And I'm super happy. If anyone, like, if I see these videos where, oh, BookTube is this and BookTube is that, no. They don't know the BookTube that we know. The one full of all you amazing, great people. And yeah. Anyway, I am going to get this quickly edited and posted, and I got to figure out some stuff. Like, I need to figure out what I need to do next, in terms of paperwork. And this is the part that I'm dreading, is all this paperwork that's going to have to be done when I leave work and need to look at going on disability and stuff like that. I'm just not looking forward to it at all. And I said to Garrett, I hate change. I really, really hate change. But anyway, guys, I will be back with another video soon. I need you guys to help me get through this, and your cheerfulness is going to help me. So anyway, that's it, guys. Love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.